Grant and I had successfully collected one of the piss bottles from the electrical box. Now it was time for the tests. Fortunately for me, Grant volunteered to do all the heavy lifting, mainly because he suffered from a condition called anosmia, a disorder that causes its victim, Grant in this case, to lose all sense of smell, which was perfect because he wouldn't be affected by whatever fumes were emitted during the urinalysis. We had two primary objectives we needed to achieve. Our first was to see if the fluid in the bottle was actually piss and not some mysterious liquid decoyed as piss. So I ordered an Amazon.com instant result 10-panel home urinalysis test kit that gives you an accurate reading in just 60 seconds. Our second objective was to see if there were any drugs present in the liquid, especially since the majority of the pissheads online thought this entire scenario was a drug drop-off operation. So I ordered an Amazon.com easy at-home 5-panel drug testing kit that gives you results in just 5 minutes. We got straight to work. Grant was in the zone. In his natural state, he flawlessly completed the urinalysis without any problems. We got our results in 60 seconds, although I couldn't interpret them because I wasn't a medical professional. So I sent a photo of our test strip and its legend to my friend Niall, who is a professional ICU nurse. While we waited for Niall to decipher the urinalysis, we went ahead and executed the drug test. Again, Grant performed the task masterfully. We had our results in exactly 5 minutes, and we were able to conclude that whatever liquid was in that bottle did not contain any drugs. It was drug-free.
Looks to be in good health.
It's definitely urine.
Definitely.
Clean, healthy piss. We were baffled. A majority of our theories had been shot down. Nothing made sense. We were dealing with a guy who just leaves healthy piss on an electrical box in Pasadena. Something wasn't adding up. We needed more footage of the culprit, but there was no way I could do this with the highly unreliable DigiGarden 4K waterproof trail cameras. So I spent a few days doing extensive research, scouring numerous trail camera and hunting forums, and finally I was able to conclude that the Tacticam Reveal X Pro cellular trail camera was our golden ticket. It had a built-in LCD screen, integrated GPS tracking, and most importantly, cellular capabilities that could send images and videos straight to your phone. Grant and I positioned the Tacticam Reveal X Pro cellular trail camera beyond the wall, on a tripod, tucked away in the bushes. This was our eye in the sky. And just like that, we had footage of the culprit as he lurked in the brush at 4 a.m, waiting for cars to pass so he could place his piss bottles. I was focused, tracking him, studying him, learning his ways. He was coordinated and consistent. My inside person would usually alert me when the bottles were being collected by the hazardous waste team, and then that same evening, he would strike, leaving an abundance of bottles for the morning commuters to see. One thing that did stand out to me was his clothes. An extremely tight shirt, ironic hiking shoes, and baggy cargo pants with the unnecessary utility knife in pocket. These three characteristics combined had to mean only one thing. He was an artist. I had a relatively elevated understanding of artists since I had spent a good amount of time working in the art department for photo and video shoots, and I knew that there was only one way to deal with a self-proclaimed artist. We were going to have to give him an interview. I met up with Grant at his warehouse first thing in the morning. Grant had a good amount of junk that we were able to scrounge up and use. Our plan was to create a large interview questionnaire pad that we could leave beyond the wall for the culprit to fill out and not risk revealing his artist persona. Feeling confident after flawlessly completing the urinalysis test, Grant wanted to head up the design of the interview pad. He was starting to lean into his project manager role, but unfortunately, his left-handedness got the best of him, and I had to take over. We knew that the questionnaire would be jarring at first glance, so we wanted to butter up the culprit with a nice introductory message, conveying that we were fans of his work, as well as telling him something every artist wants to hear. We had to compare him to the goats of his industry. We then asked 5 questions regarding his process, while attaching a Sharpie to his shoelace so he could answer. We also gifted him a headlamp so he could continue on with his art in the darkness. The next day, we arrived at the location. Me as a normal construction worker, and Grant as a recently divorced, disheveled project manager who just absolutely crushed a urinalysis test. At this point, being construction workers and project managers was second nature to us. We were quick and covert as I scaled the wall and placed the interview pad for only our piss artist to see. Everything was set. Now, all we had to do was wait.